No offense, but if you think salad's boring, the problem isn't the salad. The problem is the way you're preparing it. Welcome back, my little chickpeas. My name's Emily, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing 3 craveable salad recipes perfect for spring and summer. They are quick, low effort, but boy oh boy do they pack flavor. Before we go into the recipes, let me just go over a few tips and tricks that make salad actually taste delicious. Diversity. When making a salad, it's really important to get an array of textures and flavors into the dish so that you don't just feel like a little rabbit eating on a bit of lettuce. I'm talking get 3 to 5 different textured ingredients, crunchy, soft, mix it up. Fruit and veg. I feel like it's pretty divisive when it comes to adding fruits in savory salads. Some people love it, some people hate it. I am personally a lover and I highly recommend it. It doesn't always have to happen and it may not always work, but a little touch of fruit in and amongst savory vegetables is just lovely. Some of my favorite combos are strawberry, feta and gem lettuce salad with a balsamic glaze, sliced peach, mozzarella and tomato side salad, or a kind of salad variation of a mango slaw. Nuts and seeds. Now this doesn't have to be anything fancy, just grab any nuts or seeds that you have in your cupboard, from almonds to peanuts to sunflower seeds, flaked almonds, pine nuts, and add them to your salad. Not only does it add crunch to the salad dish, but it also adds additional nutrients and flavour. Just make sure not to burn them. Now, I am very aware that nuts and seeds can be pretty expensive, but you know what's free? Liking this video and subscribing. So thank you in advance for those of you who have. Dressing. Now, if you're a fan of salad in general, I don't need to convince you. But if you're not a fan of salad, this may be where things really change for you. When I'm making a salad, I will prepare the dressing based on something that I am craving in that moment. For example, if I'm craving a buffalo style chicken wrap, then I'll make a blue cheese buffalo style dressing. If I'm craving something fresh, then I'll make an olive oil, lemon, vinaigrette type of thing. The dressing is essentially what makes a salad extra tasty, so don't skip it. Onto the recipes. We're gonna start off with my dill pickle egg salad. It's tangy, it's hearty, it's creamy. It's everything you could want in a very good salad. So this specific recipe acts as a main dish as well as a side, so you do you, honey. We're gonna start by boiling our eggs. The less fresh your eggs are, the easier they are to peel. And for those of you who have chickens and have tried to boil a day fresh old egg, you know the struggle. So place the eggs into a pan of boiling water and cook for 7 to 8 minutes, depending on the size of your eggies. Meanwhile, we want to set up our preparation station, essentially where we're going to chop all of our other ingredients for the salad, as well as having several bowls that we can put all of those ingredients into to just keep things clean and clutter-free. Start by slicing and chopping your pickles. I tend to buy Polish pickles because I love the sweetness and extra dill that they tend to add to them, but any chunky pickle that you tend to buy and love will work a dream. Set the pickles aside and chop up your cucumber. Now, I'm not a fan of waste, so you'll see throughout my videos that if there is an edible skin, I will eat it. They may be a bit tough, but come on, we're all adults here. Plus, they're packed full of nutrients and, you know, just like less waste, you know? Slice your cucumber into little pieces and set aside. Next up, we're using radishes. They are a childhood favorite of mine. When I was growing up, we used to eat radishes with butter and bread and salt. It was like the most delicious little nibble. Ah, chef's kiss. Slice the radishes in half and then thinly slice into little slivers. Once your egg timer goes off, place the eggs in cold water. This will help shock the eggs and make the white part of the egg come away from the shell, making it much easier to peel. While the eggs are just chilling, get some walnuts and roughly chop them. This will add a lovely crunch to our salad. You could alternatively use almonds, Brazil nuts, pine nuts as well would work really well. Okay, time to peel the eggs. Do you see how easily the shell is coming off the egg? You can thank me later. Roughly chop the eggs so that they're not mushy, but still have texture, and then set them aside. Now, for all serious salads, you want a substantial base to that salad. And for this recipe, we're using kale. Now, I feel like kale is one of those ingredients where the people who don't like it, it tends to be because they've just not prepared it or eaten it in a nice way. So for any haters or doubters watching this video, I see you. Let me reassure you that my boyfriend, who quote unquote doesn't really like kale salads, said that this was a wonderful way to serve it. And he devoured the salad, so let's just trust him, shall we? To perfect the kale, you want to make sure that it is finely chopped and you want to ensure that any thick stem has been removed from the kale. You just want the like cute little curly bits. Wash it and then give it a massage. The massage will just basically break down the fibers, giving it a softer texture. Add the kale to a large bowl, followed by the pickles, the cucumber, the radishes, eggs and walnuts. Onto the phenomenal dressing. We've got yogurt, we've got finely minced garlic, mayonnaise, lemon juice, olive oil, grated parmesan, fresh dill, salt, pepper for seasoning. Give it a mix to see the consistency. Then that last cherry on top is the pickle juice. Add a tablespoon at a time and give it a mix. You want it runny but still viscous enough to coat all of the ingredients. Now you know what to do. Drizzle that dressing all over the salad and give it a good toss until every single item is covered in the sauce. I've topped my bowl with half a boiled egg, but you don't need to do that. It was just because I fancied an extra bit of egg. The colors are so vibrant and the flavors of this dish are simply delicious. You've got the creamy, tangy pickle parmesan dressing, the thick kale, crunchy radish, fresh cucumber, and creamy egg. Next on the list is my nuoc cham butter bean salad. Nuoc cham is a simply stunning Vietnamese fish sauce spicy dressing. This salad is very simple and is seriously flavorful. So let's get into it. First up, we're actually gonna prepare our dressing because we want the ingredients to infuse into the sauce. So to a bowl, combine sugar, fish sauce, water, lime juice, finely minced garlic, and finely sliced red chili. Give it a good mix. Feel free to try the sauce so that it's to your liking, but be warned that it will be very spicy because you have added in a whole chili. If I were you, if you're gonna try it, try and spoon a little bit so you've just got the sauce and no garlic or chili or any other elements in your tasting spoon. Then set it aside while you prepare all of your other ingredients. Grab your cucumber and slice it into sticks, also known as julienne, little bad-ons if you like. We'll do the same for the carrot. As I said previously, I don't bother peeling the skin. I just feel like it's a waste of time and creates more waste. But honestly, you do you. Now onto our fresh herbs. We've got mint, which we're actually not gonna chop. I like leaving the leaves whole, but it's totally up to you. We've also then got some coriander or cilantro, which I have roughly chopped. The better the quality coriander you buy, the fewer stems you'll have to deal with. Although I will say the stems don't compromise on flavor. It's more just, they'll just add a different textural aesthetic to your bite. Spring onions for freshness are great. You could also use chives if you don't have access to spring onions. And then we're using radishes again for that lovely pop of color and extra crunch. You could alternatively use red onions if you fancy. For this salad, obviously we're taking inspiration from Vietnamese cuisine, so we're gonna top the salad with chopped roasted peanuts. For the base of our salad, we're using butter beans. Not very traditional when it comes to Vietnamese cuisine. They add a lovely bulkiness and nutrients to the salad. So rinse the best quality beans that you can find and add them to a bowl. Follow with your sliced carrots, sliced cucumber, sliced radish, sliced spring onion, coriander, mint, roasted peanuts, fried shallots, and lastly, drizzle over the nuoc cham inspired sauce. Give everything a toss, then serve up onto a platter or serving dish, top with more herbs, nuts, fried shallots, a fresh squeeze of lime, and optionally, if you like things with a kick, some chili oil. You could use a Vietnamese lemongrass style chili oil, but for this recipe, I just used Lao Gan Ma's Chinese style chili oil. She is vibrant, she is crunchy, salty, sweet, spicy, everything you could want in a salad. It is she. The next salad on our vibrant list, drumroll please. Title's a little bit of a long one for this one. It's my apple fennel pomegranate salad with a blue cheese tahini sumac dressing. I know it's a lot to swallow, but it's a really great side salad. The other two salads are fantastic as a main or as a side, but this one I would probably serve as a side dish at a barbecue or dinner party. Now, fennel is a wonderful ingredient. It gives off a really fresh aniseed licorice flavor that just sings spring. You can either slice it against the grain or with the grain. I prefer against the grain because the strips naturally fall apart, but honestly, you can slice it however you fancy or however you find it easiest to slice. Next up, you want to get yourself some juicy hard apples. I'm using Pink Lady because I love the red skin and I feel like it contrasts wonderfully with the paleness of the fennel. Slice them up real thin so that they're easy to crunch, but you can still see that red coat on the outside. Now onto our dressing. You want to use good quality tahini for this, or just in life in general, because if you don't, you'll be able to tell. It'll be slightly bitter, it'll be really thick, not as nice on the palate as good quality tahini that should just be smooth, not bitter, and full of flavor. Follow with Dijon mustard, honey, sumac, which is a Middle Eastern spice that's made from berries. So it's kind of tangy, citrusy, and a very unique kind of flavor. Feel free to omit this if you don't have it or you just can't find it anywhere. If you want to have that additional flavor of like kick, then you could add in a little bit of paprika. Follow with crumbled blue cheese, yogurt, and an optional squeeze of lemon juice. Add in some salt too for seasoning. Give it a good mash with the back of your fork and mix it all up. Then taste it and just sit and absorb how well those flavors go together. It's like fireworks in my mouth, you know? Time to assemble this absolute goldie of a salad. Add the fennel and apple to a bowl, followed by half of the pomegranate seeds. Drizzle over that sauce and then mix until well combined. Serve up your salad into a gorgeous mountain of apples, fennels, then drizzle with a bit more sauce and some more pomegranate seeds. You can optionally sprinkle with some fresh mint if you'd like, but mint is obviously quite a powerful flavor, so if you don't like mint or you want to focus on the other flavors of the dish, then you could use parsley instead, or just leave it out if you're not bothered about that green element on your dish. I mean, would you look at her? She is a work of art, if you ask me. Refreshing, light, but packs a hell of a lot of flavor. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. And as always, please let me know if you give any of my recipes a go. I love hearing from you. I will see you next time.